Welcome into the chat. Here's Calvin right next to me. Hey, Allison, how are you? Welcome. Happy Thursday. Weekend is almost here. Hey, Audra. Welcome in. Let me just show Calvin a little bit. Hey, baby. How are you? People are here to see you. Hey, Ari's World is in the house. How are you? Thanks for promoting our live stream. You got more action on your post than I did. Hey, Kim, how are you? So I thought we would go back to game night tonight. This will be just kind of a fun thing that I thought of. Calvin's just looking for belly rubs. He doesn't care about anything else. So I hope everybody's having a good week. It's almost over. Just got to get through tomorrow. I know, he's just very happy to be getting belly rubs. You're getting belly rubs, honey. Yes, you are. You're getting belly rubs. And you're getting belly rubs. You make a lot of little noises. Yeah, Calvin seems to be happy today. If he's happy, I'm happy. Right, bud? Belly hand game time, yeah. He'll try to kick my hands away with his like paws, which is kind of cute. He's kicking my hands right now. You're so funny, honey. You're funny. Ah. You're funny, honey. Sorry, I got a gremlin on my hands here. Hey, John, how you doing? Welcome into the chat. Martial artist, yeah. Yeah, he's ticklish. Okay, Cal. Hey, relax. We're going to play a game. Are we going to play a game? Huh? Say hi to everybody. See, who's that? Is that Calvin on the screen right there? Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself in Hooman Jeff? Yeah, it was like 60 degrees today, but again, it was a little windy, so it felt a tad cooler than that, but definitely better than yesterday. It's going to be 76 on Saturday, and so I'm super happy about that. I might actually play a little bit of golf with my friend Pete. We're doing well. Thanks, John. Calvin's being a little bit of a ham now. Hey, we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game. Right? Are we going to play a game? Do you want to play too? What do you think? No? I don't know if you'll know any of the answers to these questions, though. Okay, if it's over, give me one paw. If it's over, okay. If it's under, give me a kiss. All right. So Calvin will play. I'll have to ask him a paw or a kiss. Okay. Is it over? Over or under? Over or under? Or under? Kiss. Yeah. Don't mention that word. I'm gonna hold off as long as possible. So I've had a busy week, as always. But again, I'm happy to see that it's almost over. Over? Over or under? Over? Is it over? Or is it under? Kiss. Under? Kiss? Kiss, kiss. Good job. All right, so who wants to play? I'll mark your name down. So I will try to keep score to the best of my ability. I know Ari's world is in. I know Kim is in. I know Allison Moore is in. I know Audra's in. John is in. All right, let's see if I missed anybody. All right, Allison's in. Ari is in. John is in. So Ari, is Bestie going to play too, or are you guys tag teaming it? So I can't play because the way that this worked is I had to actually like go through this quiz in order to get the answers. So I won't be playing, but that's okay. And again, I won't pretend that whoever came up with these answers, I'm not going to vouch that they're correct, but we're going to go based on what this website says. So those are the rules. We'll give a few people, give a few more minutes just to see if anybody else comes in. So there's 24 of these questions, and I will tell you, the questions are all sort of based on history. There was different quizzes I could pick from, and so I just did history for this first one. But they actually had one for Disney. But I knew Ari World was playing, and so I'm like, I can't pick Disney because he's probably going to know every single answer. So I wanted to make it fair. But they had a bunch of sports ones about presidents. They had a bunch of different categories. And I'm like, all right, let's stick with history. They had religion. They had science. They had a whole bunch of things. All right, so who else is in? Let's see. All right, I think everybody who said they're playing is in. But like I said, we'll give a minute or two just to see if anybody else comes in. And anybody can jump in late. So the benefit of being on time is that you have more opportunity to get points because you started from the beginning. So people can jump in if they join the live stream late. So no problem with that. Calvin, why I stopped playing with you and now you're like disinterested? Why is that? I'm actually shocked that he's sitting next to me though, and he's not in the kitchen at the TREATS spot. He is being a good boy. Yeah, you're being a good boy. They're saying you're being a good boy. Are you being a good boy? Yeah. Yeah, you're being a good boy, honey. You were a good boy today. So I worked from home today. I also I'm taking this certification program. And so I had one of the courses over the last 3 days. And so it's a virtual thing, so I'd rather do it from home versus in the office. And so now, yeah, thanks, Ari. So now I need to take the exam for this course. I have basically up to 120 days to take it. I will not wait that long. I'll probably try to take it in the next couple of weeks, but I do need to do some studying for it. I will say the course is interesting. I mean, it's obviously stuff that I'm doing, so I like what I'm doing, but I felt like the teacher kind of flew through a lot of the material, and so like a lot of the information that's going to be on the test will require me to read like the course book in more detail. And I'm used to, in this program, usually the professors go through that course book with a fine-tooth comb. And so I'll do a lot of notes. I'll take some screenshots of things that I think that are important and then kind of use that as my study guide. But I'm going to have to do a lot of reading. I took some like like some practice tests and you can take like a test before you learn the material just to see what you know. And I definitely have some gaps that I need to brush up on, but that's okay. I'll get it done. Calvin is at the treat spot. I'll do a quick. There he is. See him? There he is, back in his familiar place. All right. I'll grab him a treat, and maybe he'll sit by me, and then we'll get started. All right. Calvin, I'm going to give you a teething ring that will last about 10 minutes. All right. Walk like an Egyptian. So Calvin's getting a sweet potato teething ring. See if he'll eat it next to me. I doubt it. He'll probably take it and go to the cloud. But let's see. Over here. Okay. Sit. Sit and eat it. Yeah. As I expected. All right. Let's see what I missed. Let's see. Oh, did I not show it to you? Yeah, the ring was, let me see if I can grab it. Let me see it for 1 second, Kyle. So this is what it looks like, Ari. Hey, sit. So, you think he wants it or what? All right, relax. Okay, eat it right here. No? All right. All right, we're going to get started. Let's see. All right, and if anybody jumps in, we'll just add them to the list. So how this game works, it's pretty simple. I'm going to give you like a phrase, and next to that phrase, we'll have a specific number. Hey, Vaga, welcome in. We're playing a little bit of over-under, super easy game. Are you interested in playing? I'm actually just getting ready to explain the rules. You came in at treat time, yes. Vaga, we're going to add you in. I think you'll like this game. But anyways, I was explaining the rules. So how it works is, this is all about history. I'm going to give you a little phrase, and next to that phrase, we'll have a specific number. And you need to guess whether you believe the answer is essentially under that number or over that number. So, so I'll give you an example that's not really related to the game, but just so you know how it works. So if I were to say something, the pounds that Calvin weighs, and if I said 22, you would then have to put your responses either under or over if you believe he's either over 22 pounds or under 22 pounds. And so I had to do this in the form of a quiz. And so I already have all the answers, so I won't be playing, but that's okay. I'm happy to moderate. So without further ado, let's see how well you guys all do. Oh wow, that rhymed and I didn't mean it. All right, so the first one is, Vaga, you might know this. It's about England. So the number, so English kings named Henry, and the answer that they give is 10. So is it under or over 10? English kings name Henry. That's just one question. English kings name Henry. The baseline is 10. Under or over? Allison says under. Kim, Audra, Ari says under. Vaga says under. And John says under. All right, that's everybody. Did Kim answer? I don't know if Kim... Let me see what Kim said. Yep, Kim answered. Okay, so you are correct. Everybody gets a point. It is under. Does anybody want to guess how many kings were named Henry in England? Let's see if anybody can actually get the answer. Ari says 7. Allison says 8. Kim says 4. Audra says 6. John says 8. And what does Vaga say? Vaga says 9. Okay, so there are a couple of you who got it. They apparently, according to this website, there were 8 kings named Henry. But that was just a bonus question. It didn't count for anything. So, all right, good start, everybody. All of you guys got a point. So that's great. All right, so the next question is, excuse me, the next one is number of Americans killed at Pearl Harbor, and they list 1,241. So do you believe it's over or under? Obviously, hopefully you guys don't look these up on Google. I mean, it's kind of fun to just guess, but I'm sure if you Googled it, you probably would get 100 on this, but it would be more fun to just try to guess without looking it up. All right, so we have over, over, over. Everyone says over. John says over. And Vaga says over. All right, I believe everybody answered. Okay. You guys are all correct again. Does anybody want to guess how many Americans were killed at Pearl Harbor according to this website? Let's see if anybody gets this right. If you guys get it exactly right, then I'm going to think that you guys looked it up. All right, so John says 2,200. Ari says 1,300. Kim says 10,000. Audra says 3,200. And let's see if anybody else has a guess. Does Vaga have a guess? She's guessed over, but do you have an actual number that you'd like to take a stab at? By the way, I'm having a little bit of bourbon and it's a blueberry hibiscus seltzer with a tiny splash of simple syrup just to put a little sweetener in it. It's just okay. Have one, Ari. It's Thursday. It's a 1 day from Friday. No judgment for me. All right. So the answer was 2,402. And so I think John said 2,200. So he was closest, but basically the number was doubled than what they put on this website, which of course is sad. We don't want to see any Americans killed. But that was the answer. Okay. The next question is men who have walked on the moon. Men who have walked on the moon, and the number they gave was 17. Now, they don't say women, so I'm just reading what is on this website. So I'm taking when they say men, they physically mean males and not just anybody. But they have 17. So would you say over or under? I wouldn't have known that either, Kim. Yeah, send a picture. All right, so everybody's saying under so far. John says under. All right, did everybody guess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got everybody to guess. Okay, you guys are correct. It is under. Anybody want to guess how many men actually walked on the moon? Now, again, in fairness, I don't know when this quiz came out, so I'm not going to validate that it's completely correct, but anyways, this is according to this website. All right, so Allison said 4. Ari said 9. Kim said 3. Dark side of the moon. Audra says 8. John says 10. So, according to this website, there were 12 men who have walked on the moon. I'm wondering if any of them realized they were on the moon. Maybe they were in a state where they didn't really know where they were. But I would have guessed less also, like you guys. And I would have probably said less than 10. I wouldn't have expected more than 10 people to be on the moon. But what do I know? They did not include, they just have a number, Ari, so I don't know exactly. All right, the next question is, popes named Benedict, and that number is 23. Popes named Benedict. Pope's named Benedict, number is 23. Okay, we got some unders coming in. We got some unders. Vaga says under. Kim says under. John says under. Audra says above. All right, that's everybody. All right, so the unders have it. So everybody but Audra got a point in this round. Oops. Just marking your scores down. All right. Anybody have a guess? So it was under 23. Anybody want to guess how many? Calvin wants a drink, I think. You're not getting any of my bourbon, though. Ari says 13. Audra says 6. Allison says 2. Kim says 6. Vaga says 18. And John says 13. So according to this, the number was 15. I won't ask you to name the 15 because... Oh, no, Calvin's now eating his dinner. I can hear him. But I think he's running low on water, so I may have to get up in a minute just to give him some. But all right, so the next question, number of passengers on the Titanic. Number of passengers on the Titanic, and that number was 1,178. Number of passengers on the Titanic, 1,178. Looks like the overs have it. All right, yep, you guys got it. Everybody's right on that one. All right, any guesses? What do you guys think the number is? Oh, sorry, I forgot to get your answer, John, but I knew you knew it, so I didn't even, it's no big deal. What's your guesses? Kim says 2,000. Barry. Oh, Barry's in the house. Welcome in, bud. 2,000. Vaga says 5,000. Allison 4. Ari says 18. John says 15. Barry made it. Did Barry answer this last question? I don't think he was in on time. That's okay. But Barry is a strong player, so I wouldn't doubt if he catches up quick. Let me add you in, Barry. We're playing over-under. The rules probably speak for themselves, but essentially I'm going to read you a clue or a little phrase or an answer that will have a number next to it, and you need to guess whether it's higher or lower. Hey, Todd, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Todd saw everybody. Say hello to Todd. Todd and I just recently connected. He recent subscriber to the channel, and he's been super gracious in running our playlist, so I appreciate that. And so Todd, we're playing a little over under. I'm not sure if you heard, but essentially I'm going to name a little phrase here that will have a number next to it, and you just need to guess whether the actual number is over or under. So if you're interested in playing, just feel free to blurt out over or under after I read the clue. And then we're having a little fun. We're just We're just trying to guess the actual number once everybody puts their guess in. All right, so the next clue is assassinated U.S. presidents, 5. Assassinated U.S. presidents, 5. All right, what do we got? Oops. All right, let's see. We've got under. Audra says over. Barry says under. All right, who else is in? Did we get everybody? Barry under. Audra over. Under. Allison is in. Let's see if Todd is going to play for a minute. We'll give him a second. Todd is in, and he says under. Okay. The unders have it. Who would like to guess the actual number? Well, why don't you guys all guess the actual number, is what I meant to say. Barry says 4. We got 3. Todd says 4. Vaga says 3. Kim says 3. Allison 2. Barry 4. John 4. Audra 3. They just released JFK files. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, so the answer is, hey, Kissy Cat, welcome in. We're playing a little over and under, and here's Calvin behind me. Come here, bud. Come here, over here. Come here. Here's Calvin. He just had his dinner. So, yes, the answer is 4. McKinley was 1. Obviously, JFK was 1. Lincoln, of course, and Garfield, correct. Those are our 4 presidents, unfortunately, that were assassinated. All right, next question. All right, length in days of World War I. 1,095. Length in days of World War I. 1,095. Over or under? All right, let's see what we got. We've got lots of history buffs, right? Hey, Kissy Cat. Kissy Cat, if you want to play, just shoot in your answer. We're just playing for fun. But I am tracking points just for bragging rights. All right, so Allison says over. Ari says over. Kim says under. Audra over. Todd says over. Vaga under. John over. Barry says under. Did Kissy Cat answer? I can't. Let me see. Kissy Cat, did you answer? That's a good thing to learn, Kissy Cat. All right. So the answer, believe it or not, was over. So we did have a couple people who missed that one. All right. So overs, we had, let's see, Allison, Ari, Audra, Todd, and John. Audra, Todd, Ari. Oh, crap. I already forgot who said what. Todd, Allison, John, Allison and John. All right. Okay, now who wants it? It was over. Now who wants to guess the actual number? Let's see who comes closest. So it's over 1,095. Who wants to guess the actual days? Oh, I must have missed a Barry joke. Let's see. You don't need to phone a friend. Oops. That's funny, Todd. That's all good. All right, John says 1375. Audra 1788. Kissy Cat 1098. Vaga says 1200. 1264. 1600. 2200. 1390. All right, so the answer according to this website was 1,569 days. And so I think whoever guessed 13 something or other, Audra said 1788. Kim said 1600. She was really close. She was off by 31. Wow, nice job, Kim. All right, here's your next one. Okay, length in years of 100 years war, and it's 100. So is it over or under 100 for the 100 years war? This isn't The Price is Right, though, Ari, so we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Oh, wow, Todd, that's awesome. Thank you for your service. Okay, Ari says under, Allison over, Todd over, John over, Vaga over, Kim says over, Kissy says over, Audra says over. I think everybody answered. Let's see. Everybody answered except only one person got it wrong. Sorry, Ari's World. It was over. And who wants to guess how many years it actually lasted? Oops, hold on one second. All right, so we got 102, 116, 103, 120. Thanks for being honest, Barry. There's no prize at stake for this game because I knew people would probably look up the answers. So, but I could do this with like stuff about Calvin or 140. Oh, sorry to hear that, Todd. I actually asked you on one of the comments I left that you left me. I responded asking if you actually had content. I didn't have a chance to really peruse YouTube, and so it sounds like you actually have a channel with content on it. So I'll check you out. Hopefully you're okay, Todd. All right, so the answer was 116 years. So Ari somehow got the answer correct, even though he guessed under. All right, next question. Number of wives of Henry VIII. Number of wives of Henry VIII, and that answer is 5. Is it over or under? We got over, over, over. We've got over. Hey, money lover, how are you? Welcome in. Looks like everybody's saying over. Anybody else? Over. Over. All right. We've got everybody who said over. That is the correct answer. It is over. Who wants to guess how many wives he had? Anybody want to guess how many wives Henry VIII had? Kim says 26. Wow. Unless that's a typo. Allison 7, Vaga 7, Ari says 9, Audra 10, Barry says 7, Todd says too many, Todd says 6, John says 6, Kim Stahl says 26, Money Lover says 3. The answer was 6. He had 6 wives. I know half of them were named like Anne, weren't they? Like Anne Boleyn, Anne this, Anne that. Oh, okay, Kim. No worries. All right, Money Lover, I'm adding you. All right, question number 10. States in the U.S. Confederacy, and that number was 13. States in the U.S. Confederacy, and that number was 13. Hi, Calvin. Come here. Come here. Come lay down. Come here. Come here. All right, let me see if I can get Calvin in the frame a little bit more. Okay, states in the U.S. Confederacy 13. Let's see what we got for over and under. Hold on. Hey, Anthony. Welcome. How are you? There could be a theater show, Vaga. Not really sure, but I wouldn't doubt it. All right, Ari says over, Allison under, Barry under, Kim over, Vaga over, Money under, Audra over, Todd says under, John says under, Money Lover says under. Go grab one, Kissy Cat. I don't know if you saw, but I'm having some bourbon. And I believe Ari's World grabbed himself one too. So, bottoms up. It's Thursday. I have something in my bourbon. It's not straight up. I put a little mixer in there. I do have to work tomorrow, so it's not going to be a... Hey, Trisha Ferreira, welcome in. You're never late. All right, so the answer is under. Oh, God, this is going to be a... It's going to be, all right. All right, so Allison, Barry, and Money Lover. Allison, Barry, Money Lover. Todd, John, Anthony. Todd, John, Anthony. Okay, you guys all got a point. Todd, John, Money Lover, Anthony. All right, Anthony, I'm adding you. Trisha, I'm adding you. All right, next question. Oh, actually, no. All right, so the answer was under. Who wants to guess how many states were in the Confederacy? Mixed drinks are tasty. This is, again, I'm working tomorrow. This is a little bit of bourbon, and I got some seltzer, like blueberry hibiscus seltzer, and a little bit of, I did like a couple squirts of simple syrup just to sweeten it up a little bit. All right, so Audra said 9, Money said 10, Anthony said 10, John said 11, Kim said 10, Audra said 9, Todd said 11, Ari was thinking 14, but it's not. We now know it's under 13. That's good, Kissy Cat. I always like making have they left? Who's they? I'm not sure who you're referring to. Have they left the Confederacy? Is that the question? I'm pretty sure they have. I think they're all part of one big country now. I gotcha. It was your best subject other than recess? I gotcha. So there were 11 Confederate states. I got it, Trish. I know you're kidding. That was funny. It took me a second to get that, actually. All right, next question. Number of nations represented at the 1896 Olympics. Number of nations represented at 1896 Olympics, and that number was 27. Over or under? Nations represented at the 1896 Olympics, 27. Over or under? Let's see. We've got Kim. Kim says under. Allison says over. Ari over. Barry over. Audra over. Vaga over. Money over. John says under. Kissy Cat under. Hey, Danny, welcome in. If you were in early and I missed you, I apologize, but thanks for being here. Danny says over. Trisha says under. Todd says under. Yeah, we can do that next time. All right, let me add Danny. All right, so the answer was under. All right, so let's see. It takes a while to remember who said what. I got to be honest. Okay. So Kim was under, so that's 1. Kim, John, Kissy Cat, Trisha, and Todd. All right. Kim, Trisha, Todd, Kissy Cat, I think I got you all. All right, who wants to guess? Yeah, it's just for fun, honestly. All right, who wants to guess how many nations were represented at the 1896 Olympics? We know it's less than 27. Anybody want to take a gander or so Kim says 12. Anthony says 13, Money 16, Ari 19. John says 21. All right, so the answer was 14 nations. I wish they said which ones they were, but they don't do that. They just give the actual number. So if anybody's interested in looking that up, they would have to maybe go on Google and see which countries were represented at the 1896 Olympics. I'm gonna skip the next question because I don't like it, and it's not political at all, but it's just not. I'm just not gonna ask it. Let's go with that. Okay. The next question is original Canadian provinces. 6 is the number. Original Canadian provinces. 6 was the number. Oh, I'll tell you. So it was a 9/11 question. It's too personal for me, so I wasn't going to go there. Original Canadian provinces, 6. Over or under 6? Oh, wow, Kissy Cat. It was 60 degrees in Rhode Island, which was like, okay. It was a little windy, though, so it felt a few degrees cooler than that, but it's going to be 76 on Saturday, and I'm thrilled. I'm actually going to probably play like 9 holes of golf. All right. Why am I wearing a hoodie? Oh, well, I just answered that. It's 60 degrees. It's probably even a little cooler than that now. All right. So let's see. We had Anthony with under. Barry with under. Kim with over. Allison over. Todd with under. Vaga with over. Money with under. Trisha with under. Audra with over. Money says over. John says under. He is being a good boy, yeah. All right, so the answer is under. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's actually getting tough to keep score now. So, do you guys care if I keep score? Probably not, right? It's all about just guessing, having fun, chatting, and it's all good, right? Kissy Cat says under. So the answer was under. And who wants to guess? All right, we'll say that, Ari. Let me just see if any, actually, if let's, I put a formula to actually track the score. Let's see who, so we have a tie. Allison Moore and John are at 10. So they're the co-winners, all right? And now the rest of this is just fun. This will just make my life easier. All right, so how many actual original Canadian provinces were there? Anybody want to guess? All right, we got guesses coming in. Barry says 4. Anthony says 3. Audra says 2. John 4. Anthony says 3 provinces, but I know what you meant. Yep. Kim says 5. And Anthony says Bob. Kissy says 4. Vaga says 4. All right, let me. All right, so this way, now I don't have to worry about looking at the actual Excel spreadsheet that I have. Yeah, so it is 4. That's correct. Whoever guessed 4, that's correct. Hi, Calvin. Do you want to put your head on this pillow? All right, next question. U.S. presidents named James. U.S. presidents named James. 4. Over or under 4? Oh, that's cool, Todd. Buster's a cool name also. Okay, we got some overs coming. Under, over, under, over. We got some overs. We got a mix of answers coming through. Calvin, over or under? Over or under? No? Calvin said he wanted to play earlier, but he didn't. Oh, that's cool, Ari. You had a dog named Buster as well? John says over. Kissy Cat says under. Yeah, Kim says, Cal says I'm going to sleep for sure. Anthony says over. Okay, so the answer, according to this quiz, is over. And I'm sure we could probably figure out the number. So let's see. We had James Monroe, James Madison. Was Buchanan James? So that's 3. Yeah, James Buchanan. Yep, I got that. 6 Jameses, yeah. James Madison, Monroe, Buchanan. Who else? Oh yeah, Jimmy Carter. We always call him Jimmy. I couldn't think of James. Yeah, you're right. James Carter. Yep, you got it. Yep. So that's 4. Who the heck are the other 2? Bartle and James. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts. See, now this is fun. This is the part that I can play because I know the answers, but I don't know LeBron James. He's probably gonna be president one day. Who knows? All right. So we thought of 4. That's pretty good. Oh, James Tyler and James McKinley. Okay, McKinley. James Taylor. Isn't he the singer? There's some dog. There's like a dog or 2 barking outside, and Calvin had to go investigate. All right, next question. The number of years that the Berlin Wall stood, 37. Number of years that the Berlin Wall stood, 37. I'll show you. Calvin's right there. See him? He's up on the... All right, we got over, under. Anthony Chihuahua thinks it's 38 over. Barry says under. Vaga says under. Money says over. Kissy says over. Trisha says over. John says over. All right, I'll give you guys a couple more seconds. All right, get your answers in. Okay, that's it. All right, the answer was under, believe it or not. So some of you guys got that right. Who wants to guess how many years it was? It's less than 37. That's awesome. He lived in Fall River. Super cool. Fall River, Massachusetts. That's like 20 minutes for me. It's a very highly Portuguese community there. When I was a kid, our family used to go to this Portuguese restaurant every Friday, like extended family. We would literally pack the place with like 20 people. It was awesome memories. But it was really cool. What did Vaga say? Miss what Vaga? Barry. Vaga says... Oh, Vaga didn't say anything. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Yes, exactly. That was Ronald Reagan's quote. Yeah, so those were cool memories. We used to like basically commandeer the place. So the number of years was 28, according to this website. Okay, next question. Number of space shuttle launches, 103. Space shuttle launches, 103. Oh, awesome, Money Lover. That's fantastic. Kim says over. Allison says over. We got over. John says less. Vaga says under. Anthony over. I don't know if SpaceX I'm not sure when this quiz came out, Ari. It's a good question. Under, less, under. So we got a mix. We got a mix of under and overs. Get your guesses in. Couple more seconds. Calvin, they want to see you, not me. All right, there you go. Calvin likes to be under the covers. We'll semi-cover him. Oh, wow. Oh, you want to see both of us? Okay. Well, I need to do this then because he's... All right. So the answer is over. It was more than 103. Oh, dang. That's really cool, Kissy Cat. All right. Who wants to guess? It was more than 103. Any actual guesses? That is pretty cool. All right. This is tough. I'm getting to that age where I can't see crap. Anthony says 137 launches, 123 by Kim Stahl. I know, right, Ari? It's crazy. $120 for Ari. Thirsty Thursday. Cheers. I might actually have to have a second one. I can't be empty-fisted, right? Oh, wow, that's super cool. All right, so the answer was 135 launches. Again, I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know when this quiz came out. I don't know if it includes SpaceX, so unfortunately, I just don't know. All right, let's change the. We're gonna change the category. Let's get away from history. Give me a minute. I just need to pull up another quiz. So Ari, you want to do some? Yeah, I was gonna say you want to do some Disney. We'll do Disney. The problem though is I have to answer. I have 3 minutes to take this quiz. Let me just put in some answers real quick. Oh God, I have no idea. Hold on. Sorry, I just got to take this really quick. I'm not even looking at the question. I'm just putting in answers. I'm just randomly guessing, and I got 50% just randomly guessing. I guess that's statistically what should have happened, right? Whoa, what happened here? Oh, stupid ad. Oh, dang it, I gotta do this again. Hold on. All right, hold up. Okay, you guys ready for some Disney quiz? Some Disney, All right, let's see what I missed in the chat. I'm a kid from the 80s, Kissy Cat, late 70s. I was too young. I can cheat. I'm the host. Okay. Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Let me tell you, Barry, I'm not that old, but I kind of have a little bit of an old soul in me. Like, I love older music. I love new music too, but I kind of, a lot of times people say, "Oh, you won't remember that. It was before your time." And yes, that's true with some things, but then they're surprised when I do know it, just because I'm kind of in tune with that. All right, I have literally, I don't even know, Ari's World, I expect you to get 100 on this, okay? So the first question is, Caballeros and Donald's Posse, 5. Caballeros and Donald's Posse, 5. Totally high expectations. Exactly, Anthony. We should let Ari's answer. Okay, so John said 3. Caballeros and Donald's Posse 5. Is it over or under? All right, so everybody's under. I know what a caballero is. I know it's a horse, but I would have just had to guess. All right, we're gonna speed through this one pretty quickly, okay? Just because I know we've been going for just about an hour. Yeah, I didn't know either, really. Okay, so it was under, and the answer was 3. Hey, how are you guys? Hank and Lillian, Missy and Oreo, welcome in. All right, next question. Films personally worked on by Walt Disney, 6. Films personally worked on by Walt Disney, 6. Over or under? Kim says over. Anthony says under. Allison says over. John says over. Trisha under. Vaga over. Ari says under. All right, these are rapid fire because we're going to get moving on these. All right, so the answer was over, believe it or not. He worked on 19 films, apparently. Okay, next question. The number of dancing mushrooms in Fantasia, 15. Oops, we got a long message. Todd, did you hear that Disney Plus is making a crossover between Star Wars and Back to the Future where the time machine is half car and half person? It's called The Mandalorian. Ha 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 ha. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Dancing Mushrooms in Fantasia, 15. Under or over? I see a bunch of unders coming in. Okay. This is quick rapid fire. All right, it is under. Okay, this is for Ari's world. How many dancing mushrooms do you know? Magic mushrooms. Ari says 6. All right, the answer was 7 according to this website. Okay, number of lies told by Pinocchio, 14. Number of lies told by Pinocchio, 14. Kim says under, over. John says under. Ari says over, under, over. It's awesome. We literally have a mix. I feel like we're playing Baccarat, where half of you guys are taking player and the other half is taking banker. Oh, Todd, it's getting political. Let's not. Okay. All right. The answer was under, and the number was 6 lies, apparently. Okay, members of the Lost Boys, 8. 8 members of the Lost Boy. 8 members of the Lost Boy. Under or over? Sorry. Yeah, under or over. Calvin, where are you going? Where are you going? We got some overs. Okay, money lover. Take care. Have fun. Thank you for being here. Over, under. Kissy says 7. Under. 5 Lost Boys. The Vampire Lost Boys. Oh, that's funny, Todd. Okay. It is under, and it was 6 Lost Boys, apparently. Okay. Number of Alibaba's thieves, 20. I know this one because of a Beastie Boys song. 20 thieves from Alibaba, over or under? Over. Anthony says 40, over, under, over. Exactly, Barry. Beastie Boys. That's how I know the song. Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. 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 Yes. So it is over. Okay. The hour at which Cinderella's magic fades, 10. Over or under? Oh, okay, cool, Trisha. I don't know that tune. Yeah, Anthony, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. That's how I knew the answer. No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Yeah, great tune. All right, so we've got, yeah, so Ari says midnight, so we've got over. Yeah, that was an easy one. You're correct. It was midnight. The answer was over. Okay. Let me find a couple of better questions here. Okay, original songs in The Lion King, 7, over or under? Original songs in The Lion King. What if it was the day before? Good question. I'll let you hash that out in the chat. Allison says under. Ari says over. Barry says under. Over. All right. I like this game because it's legit like even. So the answer is under, and the answer was 5. So the unders have it. You'd be lying. All right. Todd says, I have a super late model race I've really been forward to watching. I am staying to help the watch hours, but muting so I can watch my race. I enjoy being here. Oh, Todd, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, honestly. Thank you for your support. And I'll definitely check out your channel now that I know you have content. I didn't realize you actually had videos, so I'll check you out. It could be wrong. I'm just going by. It says the original songs in The Lion King. So I don't know. I don't make up the rules. I just repeat them. Okay, number of bearded dwarfs, 2. Number of bearded dwarfs, 2. All right, we got overs coming in. Over, over. Barry says, Doc, what's up? Kissy cat. Over. All right, the answer is over. You guys rocked it. The answer was 6, apparently. All right, we'll do one more. We'll do one more Disney, and then I know Kissy Cat wanted to do some like movies or music, and they do have that category. So we'll do a couple questions from that category, and then we'll probably call it at that point because we have been on for 67 minutes, and as much as I would love to stay on for 10 hours, it's probably not a good idea. Okay, last Disney question. Number of eggs Gaston eats every morning, 8. Number of eggs Gaston eats every morning. Well, I know maybe some people have a holiday tomorrow. It's not a bank holiday tomorrow. It is a stock market holiday with Good Friday, but I do have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Ari says 2 dozen or 4 dozen. Over. True. Under. Over. Over. Oh, yeah, definitely, Kissy Cat. We'll do something. These are fun. I love doing this because it's just fun to talk to you guys, and it's kind of brainless, but the last one we did, I did it for a little bit of a prize. I did like a $25 gift card that Barry won, who's in the chat. Yeah, we'll do this again for sure. This is a lot of fun for me. Oh, Lisa, welcome in. Thanks for being here. You're in Australia already for Good Friday. The answer is definitely over. According to this, he eats 60 eggs a day, which is insane to me. All right, we're going to move on. Last category. Let me find some music trivia for Kissy Cat. This one's called song titles. I don't know how that one would work. Let me look. I think these are too easy, Kissy Cat. Let me find another. I think there's another. All right, let me find it. I know there was because I saw it earlier. Let me see. One moment. Uno momento, por favor. Can I... Let me see. Let me go back to this. All right. So, Kissy Cat, how about we do entertainment? It's kind of close. That's really not close. All right, 1 minute. All right, let's do the. You know what? Let's screw it. Let's do the song titles. I think you guys will all. I think you guys will all get these. In fact, I won't even take the quiz because it's not worth it. 1 second. I'm just getting there. Come on, where are you? There we go. All right. We'll do about... I'll see if I can find the hardest ones. Okay, some of these are hard. All right, you guys ready? We're going to do we'll do 5 questions from this category. All right. So there's going to be a song title, and each of these song titles has a number in it, and you have to guess whether the number that's in the song title is over or under. So I'll give you a for instance. It's super easy, but the first one is 88 red balloons, and obviously it's over because the song title is 99 red balloons. So it's questions like that, okay? All right. So first one is 10 times a lady. I know this one. 10 times a lady, under or over? Under. Yep, under. Yeah, you guys got it. Lionel Richie. It is under, and the answer is 3. I'm not even taking the test. Okay, next one. 6 Nation Army. Over or under? 6 Nation Army. Ari says over. Lisa says over. Kim says under. Oh, I think you were answering the last question, Lisa. You said under. Yeah. So for this question, 6 Nation Army. Okay, we got a mix of under. So, yeah, it is a song title, and I know it. So the answer is over. The name of the song is called 7 Nation Army, and it's by Jack White and the White Stripes, I believe. And I know you've heard it. The 7 Nation Army drum riff is one of the most popular ones you probably have ever heard. It basically goes... Yeah, it's a great tune. So it is over. All right. This one I don't know. I've never heard of it. 4 White Boomers. 4 White Boomers. I don't know the song. Anybody know? Who's got an answer for that? 4 White Boomers. I don't know the answer because I've never heard of the song. Couldn't tell you who sings it. So I'm relying on the phone a friend chat to tell me. All right, most people are saying over. Vaga says under. I'll go with the masses and say over. Okay, so I'm not taking the test, so I don't really know the answer. So who really knows the answer? Who sings it? Like, tell me a little bit about the song. Anybody? Bueller? I don't think anybody knows. All right, so that's a mystery. Yeah, nobody know. Oh, good. It's not just me. All right. All right, this one's an easy one. We're going to make up for an easy one because that one was too hard. 30 ways to leave your lover. 30 ways to leave your lover. Under or over? All right, we got a mix of over and under. Over, under. Wow, this is cool. A mix. Yeah, so the answer is over. It's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover by, I think it's Simon and Garfunkel, or I don't know if it's just Paul Simon, but I think it's both of them. I always forget like when they're together and when they're separate. Okay, next one. Summer of 59. Summer of 59. I don't know what they are. It's just what's here, Hank. We got over. Over. Oh, people know this one. Exactly. It should be over. Everybody should know this one. Yes, it is over. Summer of 69. No, it's not Don Henley. It's Bryan Adams. Barry. Unless you're talking about the previous question. Okay, here's another one that I don't know. Too low for 7. Too low for 7. I don't know this. Anybody? He is a good boy. Hey, Calvin, they're saying he's such a good boy. Yeah, let me put him on the screen for a bit. I know you guys want to see him. Sorry, Calvin. I don't mean to wake you up, but I just want to say hi to you. Can I have a kiss? Thank you, baby. I don't know that one either. Anybody? Hey, Calvin, they're saying hi to you. They think you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Oh, he's so tired. Yeah, I know. You worked hard all day today. You worked so hard today on this couch, sleeping all day while I worked. Yeah. You're such a good baby. You're such a good baby. Yes, you are. I know. He's a good boy, honey. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, baby. Thank you for the kisses. Aw, thank you. Does Calvin have a Boston accent? No, he's got an Arkansas accent. He's from Arkansas, Barry. That's where he's originally from. Thanks, Kissy Cat. All right. It is hard work, exactly. All right. Okay. So I don't know if anybody knew that question. I have no idea. Too low for 7. This is where we need like a dedicated Google person. All right, we'll do one more. This one should be easy for a 70s, 80s, people from the 80s. I think most of you will know this. Kissy Cat, if you get this wrong, I'll be disappointed. But this one is, I would die 8 you. 8 as in the number 8. I would die 8 you. Under, yep. Under. Barry says cannibalism. I would die 8 you. All right, everybody's got under. I think this was a softball, clearly. So yes, it is. It is definitely under. It's "I Would Die for You," and who sings it for the bonus points that don't count? I don't think it's Prince, Anthony. Is it? It is Prince. You're right. You're right. It is Prince. All right. This was fun, guys. We've been on for 80 minutes. I can, I mean, obviously, I can stay on for a little bit longer if you guys want, and we can keep doing this. Or if you guys have to go, we totally get it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Maybe not quite as fun as Blank Slate, but still fun nonetheless. But yeah, you know what, Calvin? You're like, can you shut up? I want to go to sleep. But yeah, we want to be respectful of your time too. 81 minutes. That's a pretty long live stream. I think it might be our second longest live stream. And we just want to thank you so much for being here with us. We appreciate everything you do for us. And we'll be back soon. And again, if you guys could share out our channels, we're trying to work on our watch hours. We're making some good progress, thanks to all of you. You know, but if you have a chance maybe to run one of our live stream playlists while you're out of the house, maybe on a laptop, we would appreciate all that. We're hoping to hit that 4,000 watch hour. Whatever little money we can make on the channel, basically, we would invest it right back into the channel for this guy here, for videos that we make and all that. So with that, we're going to sign off today. I want you guys to have a really good night. And a great weekend if I don't talk to you, but I'm sure we'll be connected then. So have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Say bye, Calvin. He's saying bye, everybody. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good night. Thank you.